Okay, so the matter is that I just got I just got evicted, like officially as of today, where the constables came out to evict me. It's 10:33 in the morning. I need somewhere to charge my phone. Constables came out. Constables came out to evict me. Um, Basically, the long and short. Let me give you the long and short, and I can go into details at another point. The long and short version is I'm on Section 8. Okay, I've been on Section 8 for a while. I just recently moved into this unit, probably maybe roughly um, 15, 16 months ago. I moved into the unit. I started having problems with basic repairs within the unit. So now I'm complaining to housing, complaining to Section 8. Pretty much, in other words, the apartment complex, they got a problem with that. Um, y'all gotta hold on a second. I'm in Texas. Eviction. So I was just evicted from my place. Um, Nowhere to go. At this point in time, I just need to sit down. Because I can't even function. Um, I was just evicted from my place. So that maintenance guy that you all saw, he forced himself into my unit, and I don't have a front facing camera, so I'm sorry if I'm being insensitive by not showing my face. But because I can't read the comments at the same time because I don't have a front facing camera. But what I will tell you is that that maintenance guy that you saw, he forced himself inside of my unit back into April. I was injured. Didn't have no business coming in there. So I have an open assault case against him. I will go back into another story time. This is the long and short. I got an open assault case against him. They decided that they didn't want to renew my lease. Section 8 decided that they were going to renew the contract. Let me flip back. Section 8 decided that they were going to renew the Cash App. Yes, that's my Cash App. I don't know. I can't see what you guys can see, but my Cash App is EK27. Okay, I don't even know how to pin this. But so now they decided that they was not going to renew the lease. Section 8 said, no, we're going to go ahead and we're going to renew the contract from July 31st, 2025 up until August 1st, 2026. The money is paid. The rent is paid. Okay, the rent is even paid for the month of January. Do you understand what I'm saying? Come mid-August, we get to the point where they wind up filing for an eviction for possession only. Eviction, possession only. I go to JP Court. JP Court gave them possession. I filed an appeal. They sent it to the county level. When they sent it to the county level, I can't. Can you try to do it for me? Can you try to do it for me? I don't know how to do this. I I just made you a moderator. I don't know how to do this. Uh Dakota. So 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 after that, so after I filed the appeal with on the JP level, it took like 2 or 3 months. Now my hand is injured to the point where I have not been able to work. I have not been able to do anything with this hand. Bartend, find a job, do anything. Long and short, I'm starting to get back on my feet. Come like October, November, here we come. They send me a notice in the mail for another court date. I get the court date on the county level, which is for December, like roughly December 3rd. When I wind up going to uh when I wind up going to court, when I wind up going to court, what they wind up doing is they they got my introduction under review. This is why y'all can't see this. When I wind up going to court, when I wind up going to court, they wind up gave them possession. once again on the county level. I left up out of there the top of December and I filed another appeal. When I filed that appeal, I went to housing. Housing was like, well, why you didn't tell us this long time ago? I'm sitting here saying, well, I didn't think it was that important to come and tell y'all if y'all been paying the rent all this time. Like, it seriously didn't make sense, and it didn't dawn on me when I had other stuff going on. So she took all the stuff back to the supervisor. You know how they do. It took them like 2 or 3 weeks, give or take. So I'm working. I'm going through the appeal. Now, part of the appeal, I gotta find a charger. Part of the appeal process is still pending. So the appeal is still pending. But part of the order was a 1716 supersedious bond. Supersedious pretty much, in other words, means that you can stay here inside of this apartment just as long as you pay this bond amount while you're going through an appeal. Since you didn't already lost one appeal, you got to pay this bond amount. They set the bond amount at 1716. That's the contract rent. I go back up there, come to find out they didn't already gave them a writ of possession. Once they went ahead and gave them that writ of possession, I goes back up there because now I filed a motion to stay the writ. After I filed the motion to stay the writ, they told me they can only do what is in the order. And when it came down to the supersedious bond, the 1716 was not in the order. So the court clerk had to go back, amend the whole entire order with the 1716 reflecting. 10 days. They give me 10 days to pay 1716. I don't have 1716. I'm on housing. So I go back and I file another motion. I file a motion to stay the writ emergency. I file emergency TRO, temporary restraining order, basically, in other words, stating that no, they cannot enforce the rent. I file a motion to reduce the supersedious bond down to 0 because the supersedious bond should be based upon contract rent, not according to, well, tenant portion, not the contract rent. Motion after motion after motion, right? It's Christmas, it's New Year's. They never even did get to my motions. I've been going back and forth up there talking to the court reporters. I've been talking to everybody. And I don't even know now why I can't even comment. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here's the comments. So now I go back up there and I'm just like, okay, well, what is going on to the point where nobody is taking a look at these motions, or why is it not even like in an emergency? Close my box. Okay, let me see here. You say close my box? Let me try to go out. I don't know what's going on. What do you mean close the box? Please help me out. I don't know what you're saying. Close the box. I don't know. I may have to go out and come back in. Request the request box. I'm trying to close the box. I don't even know how this damn box even got up here. I don't know. Like, this is the part of the stuff I'm saying I don't be having time for. Okay, yeah, it don't matter. Right, exactly. Okay. So yeah, so now we get to this point where shit, what wind up happening? So now we probably maybe like in the middle of December. They come out, they put the 24-hour notice to vacate on the door. So once they put that on the door, that was like right before Christmas. I said, okay, I'm not going to sit here and wait for y'all to put me out, right? So I wind up moving all my stuff out, put all my stuff in storage. I stayed in a hotel for a whole entire week last week. Been staying at the airport, been staying out in the streets. I just been outside, nowhere to go. I stopped back by this house yesterday and something was saying to me like, okay, well, just go in, go to sleep. Don't let them just up and put you out. And when they are here to put you out, make sure that I'm here to record. I wound up going back down to the courthouse on that Monday to file a motion to squash because they accepted rent for the month of January. After accepting for the month of January, that opens up a whole nother contract. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all take your money, but then you're trying to evict me at the same time. Like, that's just crazy. Like, when it all boils down to it. So that's the long and short. I talked to housing. Housing don't have anything to say. They pretty much like, okay, it's all in the court's hand. There's nothing that we can do but give you another voucher. That's the only thing that they're telling me. So at this point, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to continue to file my appeals. I'm trying to, thank you so much, Selena. I'm trying to continue to file my appeals. And I most definitely want to find me an attorney for, discrimination, retaliation, and all of this other stuff when it comes down to my laws, when it comes down to fair housing laws, HUD laws, things to that nature. They should have never took the money for the month of January. They should have never taken the money, period, if they did not want me to be there. So this is the long and short. So I got a job. I do have a job. I don't get paid until next week. I'm off today. Today's my off day. I don't go back to work till Friday. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to do. I'm trying not to have another panic attack. Like I said, I know there's no content that's here on this page. A lot of my content I just removed. It's just depressing just having to keep look at this stuff. Those of you all that's new here and that's not following me, please feel free to follow. When I'm done with this live, I will go back out and I will put my videos back in context so everyone can see overall as a whole what is going on. Besides Crackling Chronicles, I am also the Crack of Dawn and Crackling Chronicles on YouTube as well, but I've taken all of my content down. As for right now, this is just what's going on. I gotta find a charger somewhere I can charge my phone up. But there's like no empathy, like how could you as a person, as a human? I wouldn't want to have a job like that, putting somebody out. Constable said this is the 6th eviction this week of the such. So if I can get any help, any assistance, it will be greatly appreciated, at least till I can be able to get a check and figure out what's next. I don't have any money. I got $20 in my pocket.